Hi, I'm Dana Brownlee, and I'm here with another quick tip. Today, I want to talk about leading conference calls with confidence. And that's the important part. So many of us lead calls all the time, but sometimes you can kind of slip into this monotonous moderator sort of mentality, and you're not really leading. So, I want to share a few tips that can be helpful in that regard. First of all, start your calls on time religiously. It is amazing how you will start to build a culture of punctuality, and also it builds your credibility in the process. So always start your calls on time. Secondly, you want to introduce ground rules or other techniques to help the team navigate some of those conference call challenges. Like, for example, we've all been on those calls where you've got somebody who's rambling, they're going on, they're beating a dead horse. Maybe it's a more senior person in the organization and you don't want to interrupt, but you don't really know how to deal with it. You might, as the leader, say, I've been noticing that we've been kind of getting stuck on certain topics, and I know sometimes I can ramble a little bit as well. I like to propose that we develop a ground rule that anytime anyone on the call feels like we need to move on, just hit the pound sign on your phone. And that's our cue that lets us know we need to move on. I love the technique because it's anonymous. Nobody knows who hit the pound sign. And to be honest, I've been guilty a few times of hitting it myself and just saying, oh, it sounds like we need to move on. Somebody hit the pound sign. So it's a really powerful technique. And more importantly, it really exudes or represents your leadership. Because you were the one who suggested a specific technique to deal with a very common challenge. Another suggestion is don't overlook a conference call as an opportunity for some subtle relationship building. Too often, people think that, oh, we've got to go build a habitat house, or we've got to go bowling, or bring an outside facilitator to have this big team bonding experience. And that's not necessarily the case. You can infuse relationship building in minor things like conference calls. So you might do something like this. Say, hey, as we go around and do our introductions today, I'd like everyone to share what was your first paid job, or what's a little known fact? What's something that nobody else on the call today knows about you? It's great in terms of relationship building for the team. And again, it really does, I think, elevate your credibility with the team and show you as the leader. And finally, think about continuous improvement. How are you as a leader going to continue to make the conference calls more effective? One of the ways you can do this is by debriefing periodically. At the end of the call, you might just say, I want to thank everyone for being on the call today. I realize how valuable your time is. I take that seriously. So one of the things I'm going to do periodically is just ask everyone to share, hey, what's one thing that worked well today? And what's one thing that maybe we could do differently? So you take the time to debrief, but more importantly, you want to get some of that feedback and make actual tangible changes in the calls as a result of the feedback you got. Maybe you changed the time, or maybe you introduce another ground rule. Maybe you invite different people to the call, or you shorten the call. Whatever it is that people share with you as feedback, you want to find a way to try to incorporate whatever feedback you think will really be helpful for the call and for the team. So I'm hoping that you can use some of these to elevate your conference calls and really elevate yourself as a leader in the process. For more tips, we've got tons of tips and articles and videos on the resource library tab of our website. It's at professionalismmatters.com. If you happen to maybe be looking for a speaker for an event, please feel free to reach out to us there as well, and someone from my office will contact you. Thanks so much.